What are words that come to mind when you think of masculinity in sports?
Strong, tall, aggressive, um, competitive, egotistical. Yeah.
I think words like muscles, big, strong, domination. Yep.
What are words that come to mind that would go against masculinity in sports?
Soft, short, gentle, I don't know, feminine, maybe gay even. Yeah, weak. Yeah.
I think like being weak or small or playing like a girl or words like that.
Have you heard of the man box concept?
Yes, I have.
Have you heard of the man box concept?
Yes.
Perfect. What are the different consequences you think may occur in sport if an athlete does not fit within the athletic man box?
I think if like a male athlete doesn't fit within that box, that they most likely will be ostracized by their fellow, like their teammates. A lot of times it can make them feel out of the loop, or they might feel like they just don't really have any close friends on the team. I think a lot of guys who do fit in the man box might feel like they can't relate, or they don't really have anything to share or talk about with another teammate or guy that doesn't fit within that man box.
I think that an athlete that doesn't fit in that box will be afraid to try and participate in sports, and they might be less likely to like join a team, or they'll be afraid to appear weak to other to the people that are more in the man box concept.
What are ways you think society can change this concept or break down the stereotypes of masculinity in sports?
I just think being more aware that there are super masculine guys in sports, and there's also guys who maybe aren't as stereotypically masculine, and that no matter how like feminine or masculine that they appear or that they act, they're still an athlete and they can still be just as successful in their sport and great at their sport. So just more of an overall awareness and the kind of notion that it really doesn't matter.
I think it's hard to change stereotypes like that because they're like deeply rooted in society. Like people are like grow up thinking a certain way, so it's hard to change them. But I don't think it's impossible. I think it has to start with letting go of stereotypes and not being open to different ideas.
According to Tony Porter, the man box is: men have to be tough, have to be strong, have to be courageous, dominating, no pain, no emotions with the exception of anger, and definitely no fear. That men are in charge, which means women are not. That men lead and you just follow and do what they say. That men are superior, women are inferior. That men are strong, women are weak. That women are of less value, property of men and objects, particularly sexual objects.
What causes the man box? Hegemonic masculinity. Hegemonic masculinity is complete dominance of a group of people, a type of power so complete that it goes unnoticed by the people who are being dominated. From these athletes' responses, we can assume that hegemonic masculinity is the cause of the common misperception in sports that count favor achievement towards strength, height, power, and weight.
What is your definition of feminism or being a feminist?
I think a feminist would be someone who is like proactive in advocating for female rights and their welfare and well-being.
Ever since ancient Roman times, society has struggled with gender equity. Women were originally not allowed to participate in the Olympic Games because they were viewed as homemakers rather than athletic and strong.
Fine, you're doing splendidly. Speed it up a little!
Listen, we don't know how you girls feel about it, but we like to forget the whole thing. We're lousy housewives.
Hideous.
Well, we're not so good at bringing home the bacon either. We got fired off our first job. Yeah.
Well, look, what say we go back to the way we were?
Offered to both men and women. Aside from how far we have come, there are games in the Olympics that are only offered to just males or just females. This shows that we still need to make improvements with gender equity in sports.